Hey, it's Brian here from quantlabs.net. Just wanted to go over the first night of this upcoming workshop and what we're going to cover. I'll post the dates of this event, but what I'm hoping that my members do and those that are about to join will take advantage of all these topics that are already currently in the membership, to go through the videos, the source code, to play with the source code, as well as understand some of these detailed postings that are part of the quantlabs.net premium membership. So I'm going to go over the first night, which will be on real-time analytics and backtesting. These are some of the topics that we can cover. So it's going to be a full Q&A and demos and so on and so forth, because I want to ensure people understand all this. Because you can see just alone here, if let's say we set the workshop, that one event, for, I don't know, 3 hours, there's no way I'm going to be able to hold anybody's attention with this amount of information. Now again, this is 3 years of research. So this is all categorized as per how I'm classifying everything via real-time data analytics and backtesting. So what does the real-time data analytics involve? As I'm using right now, IQFeed is my data provider. There's various ways through their API that you can use their data in real time and for backtesting purposes. So you can use that and implement that into a trading system. Now I'm going to cover these in a minute, but generally there's a set of postings that I have in my membership that I want people to understand and watch. First is, I just did this a few weeks ago, this webinar on Introduction to Next Generation Trading on Quant Automated Trading, which leads into somewhat HFT. And then there's the replay of my technical introduction on all this whole infrastructure. I've done a whole spiel on it, but these workshops are in detail and in very, very granular level of detail, as you can see. Now, also I've added 3 new ones, not new ones, but that are currently listed there. And what I'm wanting to showcase is the potential of what you can get with this type of system, where you can interact with the TWS, library firm interactive brokers, the type of software you can use, as well as that would of course include simulating model development or strategy development using something like a MATLAB. But I'm going to have a whole video on that, just around simulating, which is part of MATLAB. And also I've got an architecture anatomy that I introduce, as well as various blueprints that are available using .NET C# to build your own automated trading system. Now before we continue, I want people to understand that there is source code available for a lot of these postings. Now if you ask me, and for my research, you've got platforms out there that are worth literally upwards to $15,000, $20,000 for a white label type of arrangement. Here you're not only getting the source code for particular functionality or whatever you're trying to do, but you're also getting video code walkthroughs. And again, if I was to try to condense this batch right here within 2 to 3 hours within one event, there's no possible way I can do that. So again, instead I'm wanting to turn this into a live question and answer period as a workshop event for my current members and any future members that want to come in before I remove this access. And there's a whole treasure trove of other stuff that I haven't even got into, but this one video again is only going to focus on real-time data analytics and backtesting. So let's talk about these. Now of course any trading system has secret sauce. Now I'm using a queuing system and a different type of model pattern, which is very, a lot of systems do it, but they're not talking about it, so I reveal that. And again, I go in a greater detail with those, and we got demos of that, especially a WinForm, which is a Windows Form type of application, which is a little GUI that will demonstrate this. Now, not only that, but using IQFeed with C#, there's some really powerful third-party software that I use that can quickly collect that data right from the live feed itself, that plugs into the feed and then it'll create a CSV or a comma separated value file for you. And it can go up to, I've had benchmarks of 1.5 million observations or data points downloaded within 10 seconds, and that's great for backtesting. We'll go into that in greater detail, but it's a very powerful tool. And again, that's part of my secret sauce toolbox, I guess you could say, or tool set that I use to enable that to happen. Now that little piece of software alone will save you literally thousands of dollars. When you look at the ability to use IKeyFeed to download and create your own data sets, you're going to save yourself thousands of dollars. And you can go back as far 9 years, and that's on tick level. Okay, so it's very, very powerful for what you get, and it's pennies compared to what you could pay through other providers. Now, I've also in my own membership, I've created my own webinars, so I record them. So there's some good detail. This is one good example. Now, you always hear sometimes I might sit there and start kind of like bashing Java. There is one advantage in this particular case where Java has an advantage, provided from IKeyFeed. They have an IKeyFeed streamer done in Java, which enables you to watch and listen to more assets in your IKeyFeed stream versus the C# one. So I show examples of that. And again, these are all demos that I have videos of that shows that. So again, here you get third-party examples with source code. Okay, that's key. Now, in here, this is really important, because when I use the word inflow, if you were to watch the Simulink video, when you're using a visual model or trading strategy, you're going to have your inflow of your data source. In this case, you can use IKeyFeed, which you can pipe it through, let's say, an Excel file, and then import it into your Simulink visual development environment. And then at the other end, you have your outflow, which is obviously your signals. So whenever you see that word inflow, that's what I'm referring to on the data side. And then, of course, we again introduce all these wind forms, very simple stuff that are more GUI based type of stuff, and it's an actual model feeding or streaming live data from IKeyFeed into a potential quant trading system or trading strategy. Now, I've gone on about the backtesting. This one right here is very powerful. You can use MATLAB working with some other third-party software. It could be provided from IKeyFeed, could be provided from interactive brokers even. And then you can use MATLAB in real time to raise events within a MATLAB environment when you're listening to data, or you could also do it in .NET as well. And I showed demos there. Now I've already talked about that. Demo 3 capture, we talked about that. And then let's see. Okay, so again, with the type of data we're talking about, can be historical data or tick data, your sub-second data, for which can be used for high frequency trading. But you can easily throttle it for any type of bar data on any type of period you want. Just set a parameter in your program and you're collecting that. Okay, and lastly, I showcase a real-world example of collecting Forex data from IKeyFeed, and you'll see how instantly quick you can create that data set and turn it into a CSV or into a real-time trading system. So hopefully I'll give you an idea of what we're dealing with so far. Talk to you later.